This is the Turtle Beach Stealth Ultra, their answer to gaming controller bliss. In this video, we're peeling back the layers separating the marketing stuff from the gamer truth. Get ready for unfiltered, no-nonsense overview on whether the Stealth Ultra is your ticket to gaming glory or a one-way trip to disappointment. We'll also touch on what gamers are saying about this Xbox controller. Let's get started. Alright, so we're looking at the Stealth Ultra wireless controller with rapid charge dock, okay? Retail price is $199.99, and we're gonna get right into it, okay? So it says turn your controller into a command center, high performance, lag-free wireless technology, 30-hour battery life with adjustable power modes. We'll look at that later, okay? Anti-drift thumbsticks for long-lasting smooth control. Yeah, I just want to make a comment here. Any controller at this point, okay, that is coming out, they should have Hall effects thumbsticks in them. At this stage in the game, it doesn't make sense why they should not have them. They should, right? Because we're at a stage now where we're gaming on controllers, not only on the console, but we're also doing it on the PC. And we've done that for quite some time. But I think that this technology is maturing. I think Ghillie Kit, actually brought it back in the forefront. Correct me on that in the comments. I do believe that that's when I started seeing it again. We did see this similar technology in the Dreamcast controller. We also saw it in the PlayStation controller. And now we're seeing it across the board. And the other thing that's interesting too is controllers that are designed by Xbox. I would not be surprised if one of the requirements was for the controller to have Hall effects built in to the controller. All right, so I just want to say that. It says here tactile micro switch buttons for faster, more reliable response, durable hard shell case with charge through capability. I think that's pretty neat. Having a case that you don't necessarily have to open to charge the controller, I think that's pretty dope. 4 mappable quick action buttons, okay? That's pretty dope as well. So we're gonna look at some shots of the controller here. We're gonna scroll through that and see what we have. So we have the controller with the controller dock. Hall effects are built into this controller. Micro switches pretty much all the way around. Charging dock, and we're gonna scroll through some of these images here. The screen looks pretty cool. I mean, that's revolutionary in a lot of ways, but we've seen screens in the past. I mean, if you look at Dreamcast when with the memory card, I mean, that's not necessarily a screen like this, but a controller having a screen in it isn't new, right? But this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool, right? So we'll keep going here. Okay, so we have a profile of that as well, and then that looks really cool. I like the color scheme there. I'll keep scrolling through. Okay, so here, okay, I'm not necessarily a fan of the button placements for this controller. I'd rather have them like 2 up here above and then 2 below, right? So 1 up here across from each other and then 1 right here below across from each other. Them being in this particular setup, I'm not a fan, okay? Maybe you're a fan, I'm not a fan, okay? So we'll scroll through and it shows a profile of that. We also see the switches for the triggers, whether you want to do FPS, shorter throw, or the other way around for like racing games and things of that nature. Okay, so you have that option there. And of course, a 3.5mm jack right there. And a close-up of the screen, we have that. And let's see what else we have. The charging case, which is cool. I mean, if you're going to be paying $200 for a controller, I mean, can we get a case, right? I don't think that's too much to ask. Okay, so this is interesting. And I think really I'm spoiled when it comes to certain things because I've been using different controllers in the last couple of years. So looking at this setup right here, it doesn't seem to give you a lot here by way of accessories with the controller, okay? And for $200, I think you should have a little bit more options, right? I don't think you're getting that much. Maybe the screen is taking up most of the amount of money that you're paying for this, but I don't know. Maybe that's a premature comment. We'll see later. Okay, so charging dock, we have the transmitter there, and then okay, close up a transmitter, and we're back at the top. Okay, so then we're gonna close that out, and let's go through the rest of this page here. Some things to highlight. Proprietary lag-free 2.4 gigs USB transmitter gives you the freedom to wirelessly connect to Xbox consoles and Windows 10 and Windows 11 PCs by either plugging the transmitter directly into the device or into the charge dock. Plus, with built-in Bluetooth technology, you can elevate your game experience on Android mobile devices and supported smart TVs. That's kind of cool. Now, this right here, we're gonna talk about this later. This is an important part here that we're gonna talk about, okay? 30-hour battery life in rapid charge dock. Okay, it says our low profile charge dock provides up to 30 hours of wireless usage and fully recharges in just 2 hours using USB 3.0 high-speed charging. The dock also has a USB port, so you can plug the wireless transmitter into the dock, so you're only taking up one USB port on your Xbox or PC. That's kind of cool. But I wonder what the gamers are saying about the 30-hour battery life. We'll talk about that later. Okay. Connected command display. Our dynamic full color command display dashboard keeps you connected with social media notifications and extensive settings adjustments available right on your dashboard. Now, the screen looks really cool, but I don't know. And I guess because I'm at a stage now where I just want the controller to do exactly what it's supposed to do, like bare bone type of functions, like Hall effects in the controller, swappable, maybe something for like fighting games if controllers provide that, for sure. Switches that are durable, I think that's a plus. 3.5 millimeter jack, not plus or minus on that for me. It's not necessarily, it's not a deal breaker whether it has it or not, because I'm not necessarily plugging in a headset for that. But for those individuals who are, and you may be doing that, that's definitely a plus, right? So I think that bare bone, I'm okay with the controller having exactly what it needs to have, and anything, in my opinion, that may be considered somewhat gimmicky, I just kind of stay away from. I don't know if I'm gonna be like, it's gonna be a legendary thing for me if I invest in this controller. Okay, let's just say that, and that the screen is going to be something I'm going to be focusing on. Maybe not, right? Maybe not. All right, so these are the only things that they show on this main page here, but I think I want to dig into the additional features. I think it's very important here. Okay, so additional features, patented onboard social notifications. Again, it looks really cool. I don't necessarily think if it's for me or not, right? My main focus moving forward in any controller is for it to have Hall effects thumbsticks. That is it. Okay, if it has that, I'm okay. Okay, that's my focus. All right, so here, anti-drift. Okay, thumbsticks, contactless Hall effect thumbsticks. Okay, that's a plus. Use internal magnets instead of full contact analog style sticks to provide high resolution smooth control without drift. Okay, and that's all I'm looking for. Okay, so it goes on further to say here, precise micro switch buttons, tactile micro switches in the D-pad, ABXY cluster, mappable buttons, and bumper buttons give every button a faster, more reliable response, and are rated at 5 million clicks or up to 5 times as long as standard buttons. I think that's a plus. I think that's a plus. You know, I want that too. Okay, so I want Hall effects and I want that too. So I'm not necessarily against the micro switch situation. That's all cool. That's all good and cool with me. Okay, next thing that we have here, adjustable trigger stops. That's been around for a while. Okay, that's not revolutionary, I think the screen is cool. Hall effects technology is, in my opinion, what I should see across the board in these controllers. Adjustable trigger stops, not new, okay? So we'll move on. 4 mappable quick action buttons. 4 mappable micro switch buttons on the back of the controller allow you to set up a Stealth Ultra to your exact preferences depending on the types of games you play. Within the 10 onboard profiles available, that's pretty cool, okay? You can set specific button mappings and settings for multiple games and loadouts. That's pretty cool, okay? I'm not gonna, do any gripes on that. I think that's pretty cool. Okay, next thing we have here is Pro Aim Focus Mode. Okay, it says selectable as one of preset functions for any of the 4 mappable buttons. Pro Aim tunes thumbstick sensitivity for enhanced long range accuracy, whether it's a long range snipe or a daunting free kick. Pro Aim is fully adjustable to dial in the sensitivity just right. Okay, that's cool. It is what it is. If you're looking for something like that, that's cool. I'm not looking for that. Okay, I'm just being honest. Okay, customization with Control Center to companion app. I think that's cool. Open a Control Center 2 app on your Xbox console, PC, iOS, and Android smartphone to adjust settings on a controller like social notifications, preferences, customization on button mapping, dead zones, and access response modes, vibration, intensity, audio enhancements, and RGB lighting. Plus, the Control Center 2 app lets you quickly make product updates. I think that's cool. We talked about the 3.5mm jack. It says here, enhance any 3.5mm connected headset with easy access audio features only available from Turtle Beach, including 4 EQ presets and superhuman hearing. Okay, pretty neat. Plus, you can set the game and chat volume mix to your exact preference, adjust mic monitoring, and more, all directly from the command display dashboard. I think that's cool. Okay, RGB lighting, I've never really been a fan of, unless it's the lighting on the wall, shout outs to Nano Leaf, right? Unless it's something like that, but I'm not a fan of that while I'm holding a controller. I don't think I've ever been, so I usually try to turn those things off because I think they're distracting for me. Okay, that's just my personal opinion on that. And if you could turn it off on this, that's a plus. Okay, the intelligent RGB LED lighting system allows you to personalize the Stealth Ultra with 16.8 million distinct colors and effects. You can also set up different color combinations for notifications, alerts, and low battery warnings to keep you in tune with product status. I'm always thinking about Destiny. Status, okay? So there's that, all right? I'm turning that off. I'm not leaving that on, okay? I'm just not, all right? Immersive vibration feedback, that's cool. Dual rumble motors and the handles and triggers provide immersive vibration feedback and are fully adjustable via the command display dashboard. That's kind of cool. Premium materials, I'm not even sure why that's here, but let's go with it. If you're paying $200 for a controller, if you're paying $179.99 for a controller, if you're paying $150 for a controller, if you're paying $80 for a controller, I guess at the $40 range, and it's like, okay, it's a $40 controller. But if you're paying $80, $150, $179, $200, they better be premium products, okay? They better be premium materials. At this stage, you're going to invest that much, right? And it talks about the charge through case, okay, which we talked about earlier. And these are the things that you will find in this controller, the Stealth Ultra wireless controller with the rapid charge dock. Let's see what the gamers have to say about this controller. All right, we're on Reddit here, and I tried to highlight not only negative things here, okay? So we're going to go through it a little bit. I did mention earlier that I was going to talk about the battery life situation. So here it says here, battery life is nowhere near 30 hours. You'll be lucky to get 10 hours. Okay. Everything is plastic. This is a small gripe, but the controller doesn't feel very premium in the hand. And Elite controller has weight and metal parts. Even the brushed metal style D-pad is made of plastic. Okay, so we're gonna keep going. I haven't had any issues whatsoever. Again, I'm not just highlighting negative things, but I wanted to bring this to your attention. A lot of people complaining about battery life, and yeah, okay, it's messed up that they advertise 30 hours with RGB, and some people are getting mostly just 7 to 10 hours. Okay, I've personally not experienced any of those issues. Okay, the two standout features for me are the Hall effect sticks, which you talked about earlier, and the built-in screen to change the settings on the fly. I think that's cool, but that's not, I don't know if that's gonna pull me to get something like this. Okay, the sticks are phenomenal once set to 0 dead zone, super responsive. Okay, I love the micro switch buttons, D-pad and bumpers, instant responsiveness, and not spongy feeling at all. Okay, that's a plus. All right, so there's some good things there. There are various purchasers for whom the controller breaks after just a few days and has serious faults. The sticks are not fully recognized, which means, for example, that certain areas of an action or weapon wheel cannot be selected because the gamepad simply transmits that the stick is not pressed through. Okay, and this section here, it says, I have had these issues too. I thought maybe I just had a duff controller, so I took it back and replaced it for a new one. Same problems with that one. Took it back and got a refund. Okay, we'll keep going. I've not experienced the same problems again. Okay, positive, negative. Okay, so it's a mix. Okay, and this person goes through an entire list of all the things. I'm going to link this in the description so you have access to it as well. We'll keep going. I think I have some additional highlights somewhere here. Okay, I've had the controller for a few days now, and other than the things that are absolutely true no matter what, such as massive headset oversight and battery life being nowhere near 30 hours, okay, mentioned again. All right, I haven't experienced literally any of the issues you have. Again, positive, negative. All right, so keep going down. I have some additional highlights for you. The controller talks on 2.4 gigahertz wireless. If your router is nearby and 2.4 is on and a lot of devices are connected to it, it can cause a lot of weirdness. I had to move mine. Something to consider. All right, and then here it says, in my opinion, it's the best controller I've ever used, and I've basically tried them all. All right, so that's positive, negative. Okay, here it says here, and the anti-friction ring on the left joystick degrades the joystick very quickly, and the right joystick less so, but it will be due to less use. The most serious defect I see. Otherwise, the best controller I have tried. All right, so you got some good stuff here. And then the last comment, which I didn't, the last comment in this particular section, which I did not highlight, nothing can be worse than an Elite 2. I don't know how true that is. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell, and I'll see you on the next video.